guides all information holders to intensify efforts towards full compliance with the Access to Information Act number 24 of 2023. The Access to Information Act came into force on the 25th June 2024 following the issuance of the Commencement Order under Statutory Instrument No. 35 of 2024, published in the Government Gazette by the Minister of Information and Media in accordance with Section 1 of the Access to Information Act. Pursuant to Section 41 of the Access to Information Act, information holders were granted a 2-year progressive compliance period running from 25th June 2024 to 25th June 2026 to align their systems, processes, and records management practices with the requirements of the Access to Information Act. The purpose of this compliance period is to afford information holders adequate time to organize, maintain, and make information accessible in formats that facilitate every person's constitutional right to access information. At the very minimum, information holders are required to proactively disclose basic institutional information, either electronically through digital platforms or in print. This includes information on institutional structures, establishment, mandates and functions, contact details, and any other relevant information intended to enhance public access to services. At the expiry of the compliance period on 25th June 2026, the Commission shall commence the enforcement of administrative penalties against information holders that fail to comply with the provisions of the Access to Information Act. Information holders include all public institutions, as well as private entities and non-state actors that utilize public funds or are in possession of information of significant public interest. After extensive stakeholder consultations and validation processes, the Access to Information Regulations issued under Statutory Instrument No. 56 of 2025 were published in the Government Gazette on 29th August 2025, pursuant to Section 40 of the Access to Information Act. Additionally, on 5th December 2025, the Commission published the Access to Information Guidelines in the Government Gazette through Government Gazette Notice Number 1624 of 2025 in accordance with Section 38 of the Access to Information Act. These regulations and guidelines are intended to assist information holders understand and fulfill their obligations under the Access to Information Act, while also guiding information requesters on their rights and procedures for accessing information. To support effective compliance, information holders are encouraged to familiarize themselves with the provisions of the Access to Information Act, which is freely accessible on both the National Assembly website, www.parliament.gov.zm, and the Human Rights Commission website, www.hrc.org.zm. Soft copies of the regulations and the guidelines are also freely accessible on the Commission's website, www.hrc.org.zm. The Commission remains available to provide further guidance in relation to the provisions of the Access to Information Act. Thank you.